Diary, hello, it is April 2024. We are here in the study trying to do a bit of maintenance on my partner's Garmin 965 sports watch. Now, I'm going to be doing the replacement, as you can see in a second, but while I get ready, I'm going to waffle on about the fact of who on earth lives in a world whereby they are either careful enough or manicured lifestyle enough to live in a world which doesn't very probably entertain the possibility of damaging either your cell phone or your sports watch. So by definition, this is a high-end sports watch, and you're going to be doing athletics or sports during the time you're using it. So this watch here has a little nick on the edge of the already applied screen protector. Like I say, I'm just thoroughly amazed at people who don't apply screen protectors, particularly to phones, where you've got something that's perhaps £1,000 in price, which can be dropped on the floor, and in the case of a sports watch, the same applies. You might be in a rough terrain, you might be banging against a wall if you're on an ultra trail run. Even if you live in an urban environment, if you're using your sports watch, there's a very decent possibility you're going to bang it into something. Now, until recently, and in fact until Apple started this terrible trend, watches had a bezel that would stick up from here. So you'd have a flat screen, and at the edge you'd have a bezel, and the bezel would be proud of the screen. But with the introduction of the Apple Watch, they got this brilliant idea. Well, Apple had this great idea whereby the watch face would just be a sort of single sheet of glass curved at the edges, inviting the prospect of getting banged on the edges. And then Garmin, who I very much respect, have followed the same sort of trend. They've got a bezel of sorts here on the edge, but they've got a curved bit of screen here. So clearly if you put a regular screen protector on here, it's just going to fall off. And in fact, I had a previous video where I did attempt that one before I could find this. Now, these screen protectors aren't therefore a single sheet of glass. They are flexible. So I used to get some protectors from a company called Brotech, and the same, looks like the same packaging, but this is the remnants of the last ones that we've used. So my partner does quite a lot of gardening, and that's an activity which can come into contact with walls and other things, and she's just nicked it here. So this screen protector is flexible. So the idea is we're going to try and put it on, and I mean, it's so easy to put on, but it's so easy to put it on wrongly. Front, back, we'll get that correct then, shall we? And yeah, okay. So I think you're going to take it and you're going to put half of it on, and then you're going to do the other half, something like that. The key thing, of course, is just getting it centered. That's really the only thing that's you need to think about. There's a little nick there, and you'll probably find it comes off quite easily because it's not solid. So you can see, so the usual preparations have been made. I've hoovered this area. I've then cleaned it with the whole area with some spectacle wipes, and some dust there from the spectacle wax box. What a nightmare. Dust is your enemy in this situation. Right, so I'm going to clean the watch face itself, which should be really dust free. Then, like I've not prepared, there should be keep a box of old screen protector dust removers. So you need a dust remover like this.
Someone is at the bell.
So we're gonna clean the watch face. And then we're going to apply, or try and remove the last bits of dust using this dust remover. From here then to, okay. Well, these are old and you can't get the stickers off very easily. Okay, so part 2. We've stuck the watch down, part 1. Part 2 is to take the old screen protector off and clean the face. Okay. It's a touch screen. Okay, I can go back. Now the inscrutably difficult part, which is to get this damn thing on perfectly like I did last time. So it's got to go on, and it's got to go on round this curve. It's not easy. It's not one of those videos where they do it in about 30 seconds, so you have to sort of bear with me. So if I can get it there, that would be right. So gonna go with that. What do you reckon? Okay, so now this, like I say, is a flexible screen protector, which it needs to be because of this curve on the edge of the watch face. And remarkably, the edge is going to kind of shrink down over this curve, which kind of sounds like it's impossible, but it's going to actually happen. Doing for positioning, I think it's not bad. Might be slightly too far that way, maybe. Partner's going to kill me if I get it wrong. That's pretty decent. So the usual caveats apply, get rid of all the bubbles, and then I think what we do is we turn the watch upside down, we put it against something that's going to try and press onto these edges. Like I say, it's just a very frustrating design. I mean, these watches are used by both of us. I mean, I actually have the same watch and my screen protector is just fine. But it's a brilliant watch with this terrible flawed design to try and make it slightly aesthetically more beautiful, which is this curved edge. And I think they just should not have bothered with that design detail. And if other watches in the range don't suffer from this disability, and I'm kind of outraged with Garmin that they've gone for this, what I call poor design. And if you were to buy an Epix watch, of course, it doesn't have this problem design flaw. But an Epix watch is substantially more expensive and, I would say, heavier. And every gram counts if you're in a race. Every gram. Okay, so next step is going to be turning this over, and once I've got this last bubble out, and putting it on a squidgy cloth or something that doesn't have any dust particles, by the way, which is going to push onto these edges. So it's going to be upside down, pushed onto something, and then a weight put on top of it. And then we're going to come back later and find out if we've been successful. Okay, Dara, thanks for watching. It's a bit, you can hear I'm a bit fraught about the whole situation. Protecting a £600 or £700 watch made difficult by a annoying design decision from Garmin. Thanks for watching, Darren.